Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Having Jamie Foxx star as a hotshot attorney who has never lost a case is really inspired casting, and one that should get people to watch The Burial. It's playing in select theaters and is streaming on Prime Video, and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Burial is inspired by the true story set in Florida in 1995. It stars Tommy Lee Jones as Jeremiah O'Keefe, a proud husband, father, and grandfather to a really large family who also runs a family funeral home. It's been passed down from one generation to the next, and he'd like to keep that going, but he's in severe debt and needs to make some big changes. Now he gets the idea to sell off some of his businesses and properties to Ray Lowen, who's played by Bill Camp, who runs a large corporation of funeral homes and is incredibly wealthy. The deal goes sour with Jeremiah suing Ray over the contract. Now Jeremiah's legal team includes his longtime attorney Mike, who's played by Alan Ruck, and young lawyer Hal, who's played by Mamoudou Athie. Now it's a massive case, and it's Hal's idea to bring in the big guns and hire Jamie Foxx's character Willie Gary. Now Willie is a personal injury lawyer whose big personality gets him massive settlements, and he's been featured on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. The film also stars Journey Smollett as Mame Downs, the lawyer that Ray then hires in order to go head-to-head with Willie Gary. The Burial is directed by Maggie Batts, who co-wrote the film with renowned playwright Doug Wright. Now, I'm not sure how close this follows the original case, or if it was dramatized for movie purposes, as it is certainly filled with your courtroom standard bombshells and big twists during the testimonies. It plays out like a John Grisham story, as many of his legal thrillers have been filled with racial themes. Now, Batts uses this story as a reflection on the role that race and systemic racism has in so many business and legal cases, whether it's blatant or not. Now, while this case starts off as two men who run funeral homes, it's quite clear early on the role that race plays into hiring Willie Gary and Mame Downs, and just the widespread effects that it's had on the business dealings with Ray Lowen. Batts is using this as a reminder that the truth will always be exposed, no matter the cover-up or how innocent some people try to be. Now, the film acts as your typical courtroom saga. It's a potboiler full of high-octane personalities and fits well within that framework. Now, I do wish that Batts would have done something new with the material, but she's taking on huge concepts and really breaks them down into really digestible bites in a familiar setting. She has a really winning cast, with every actor playing into what they do best. Jamie Foxx is pitch perfect in this role that just plays to all of his strengths as an actor. And we're seeing a softer side to Tommy Lee Jones on display when we've seen him play plenty of smug lawyers in the past. Now keep your eye out for Mamoudou Athie, who is a big star on the rise. He had a voice in Disney Pixar's Elemental earlier this year. Now Athie has all the charm and the earnest appeal as a young lawyer who is not taken seriously, of course, due to his age and his race. But he then becomes the key player in turning this case around. The Burial is a really big crowd pleaser, turning over all the right cards to making it land. Now you may know the ending, but the specifics are quite revealing. I'm giving The Burial 3.5 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel for some movie reviews. Follow me on social media at Paul's Movie Trip. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the things that you've been watching? Leave me a comment here on YouTube or on social media. Paul's Trip to the Movies is brought to you by Popcorn. With this streaming, get some popcorn. Have some popcorn on hand while you're watching this movie on the couch. So follow them on social media at PopcornMN. Whether you want to place an online order or you want to stop in the store, try some of their over 70 flavors. I know you're going to love something that they have to offer at PopcornMN. Paul's Trip to the Movies is also brought to you by Imagine Theaters. Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour, the concert is here. Tickets are now available. They're going to be doing some opening night events, so check that out. Follow them on social media at ImagineMN. Tickets are also on sale for my movie series, Paul McGuire Grimes Presents, coming up October 22nd. It's David Fincher's Zodiac. And then in November, it's The Big Chill. And then in December, we're going to close out the year with Meet Me in St. Louis. Tickets are now on sale. I'm going to be doing a discussion afterwards, so it's so much fun to talk about these movies, see them again on the big screen. I'd love to see you there. Let's talk about it. Paul's Trip to the Movies is brought to you by, like I said, Imagine Theaters Popcorn. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Burial. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.